Okay.
Good morning, everyone. We're live on
Gotcha.
Facebook.
Already. Wow. Thursday.
Church Day.
Thursday.
Ooh.
Morning.
Good
Morning, Mr. Smith.
Good morning. Good morning.
I have shaky internet this morning. Just
Do you?
if I disappear
And come back. We
and
know.
come back, Brian says my video looks shaky.
Yeah, it does.
Am I
Oh,
shaky?
it does. Yeah, it does.
Not as clear as
Yeah, it's
normal.
kind of vibrating a little.
Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Patrick.
Thirsty Thursday.
Friday Eve.
That's right.
What was happening over at Telegraph Road and the shutdown and all of that?
Shots were fired
Oh boy.
in the area.
And then in Pontiac, people were shot.
Mhm.
Is that a separate issue?
I think so. But Dick probably knows for sure.
Not used to wearing headphones over a hat.
Headphones and hats. Oh, that kind of rhymes. Headphones and hats.
Fight for your
Oh,
family.
Dick changed
Preserve
his
a spot for your
hat.
either face-to-face or online at Detroit Public Schools Community District. Visit Detroit K.
Look at the hat affects my lighting on the.
It does, yeah, because, well, you know.
I'm
The
Dick
reflect-
Hayford, WJR News. And now, Paul W. Smith.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Thursday morning to you. It is the 27th day of August, the 240th day of 2020. There are 126 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift, including this one, even in spite of what's going on all around the country, weather-wise and otherwise, and here in our area, with more people being shot, with more people handling guns incorrectly and using them against one another. It's not a pretty day with all of the news, and we'll have it for you all morning long, as well as the news of Hurricane Laura. We've got the team. Dick Hayford has already presented our WJR News. Thank you for that, Richard. Dana Clark checking traffic and weather and opinions and whatever might be on her mind. Brian Morton is back in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, the only one of us, as he is running all the controls to make sure the signal gets out as it should. Kim is still sleeping, and Ann Thomas, our executive producer, is here and kind of only from a technical standpoint, fading in and out.
Good morning. Happy Friday Eve.
Happy
Yes,
Friday Eve. to
happy
you.
Friday Eve.
So the day 1, 2, 3 of the convention last night was fine from what I saw, the parts of it I saw. I'm still kind of surprised and shocked at how good the production values are. I expected it to be opposite, that the Democrats, with all their showbiz influence and followers, would have had a better go of it, but they certainly did not. And how much of the advantage goes to the Republicans because they got to watch the Democrats first? I don't know. It's the luck of the draw. How do they decide, Dick, who goes first? That it would be the Democrat convention and then the Republican convention, and rather than vice versa?
Parties decide themselves.
Oh, the party decides
he's got
itself. I think you got a
Parties
different
decide
microphone coming up
themselves,
here.
he said.
Okay. I was gonna
But
put
what
that
I
other mic
did
on.
learn
Forgot to
last
switch
night
radio
is it's
stations
tape.
there.
Oh,
There he
go
is.
ahead. Go ahead, Dick.
Yeah, the parties decide that. There's no other
Okay.
outside force that makes the
Right.
decision.
And I wonder who makes the decision first. Or they just make it at the same time, and it's like rock,
The
paper,
convention,
scissors.
like the primaries, are totally in the control of the parties.
All right. Well, there certainly is an advantage in going second, I think. At least I would
Me
think.
too. I agree. That's
A
good
lot of it was
question.
taped, though. So
Mhm.
we
It was
thought that
almost
all
all
of it,
taped.
it was almost all taped, except
Only
Vice
Pence was
President
live.
Pence. Yes.
Right.
So,
Oh, yesterday everything was taped?
Yeah.
and probably the days before when we thought it was live, it was probably taped.
I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah.
We at 5:42, we do know we have a little business to take care of here as we come to you via the web as well as 760 WJR. The first 45 minutes of the show is on camera as well as on microphone. If you want to peek in and see the team while you're getting ready, and then keep listening when you get out to the car at 760 on the AM dial, you won't miss a thing on WJR at now 5:43.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit pcadevzone.org.
Let's check it. Our WJR traffic and weather first, and Dana Clark.
Unfortunately, a situation along Telegraph and McNichols, as Dick mentioned in his news, it is closed there as police investigate shots fired in the area. Otherwise, looking at construction along 696 westbound between Woodward and Coolidge, the right lane is closed. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Gordon Chevrolet, where you not only pick your payment, but now pick your program. Need to pull ahead your lease? Do you need GM employee pricing or a low payment with zero interest? Let Gordon Chevrolet help you find it on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads.
Another hot one today. We get above 92 degrees this afternoon after a dry start. We may see a few isolated showers, thunder showers. I think the rain chance does go up later tonight, though. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, 71. Friday, a few showers and thunderstorms and cooler weather. High near 82. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stagik, News Talk 760 WJR.
5:44 on this Thursday morning. Some say Friday's Eve, 16 minutes away from 6 o'clock. Rush Limbaugh joins us, usually noon to 3, and stops by first thing in the morning, like right now.
We have a news story here from the United Kingdom. It's an example of what the left is trying to do everywhere. Dr. David Macareth was training to become a disability assessor with the Department for Work and Pensions. When he was ordered to refer to patients by whatever gender label they identified as, he objected. Strike one. Strike two was his reason. He said gender is defined by biology and genetics. The doctor also cited his religious belief. He said that as a Christian, he believed God made humans male and female. Strike three, dude. He was found unfit to work as a disability assessor, and he was promptly fired. The doctor filed a discrimination complaint. Last week, the tribunal in Birmingham announced its decision. Now, the ruling addressed three issues. The judge said the doctor's belief that God made two sexes, his lack of belief in transgenderism, and his conscientious objection to transgenderism were incompatible with human dignity. So in the eyes of this court, traditional morality and Christian belief, as taught for thousands of years in churches around the world, is somehow incompatible with human dignity. Listen, if you think this anti-religious ruling is incompatible with what liberals want to do here in the United States, guess again, bro. It's only a matter of time, and not much time at that. Next time somebody asks you how many genders there are, just say 100 to be safe.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Ann's got little technical issues there. I noted on my television, everything is like magnified.
Oh.
Much larger than normal.
Okay.
Very odd. And I turned the set off.
Somebody hit the wrong button.
What button?
One of those Zoom buttons on the bottom.
Is there really a Zoom button on my?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Those.
I see. Like it says.
Let's see. On mine, there's 1, 2, 3. It looked like about 80 buttons on my clicker here. So I don't know.
Mine's not that complicated.
No.
Oh.
But
you have one of the old ones.
It's very bizarre. Because Evrod is like a monster. He's so big. And the promo they just did for the Ford fireworks coming up Monday, you could only see FO. You couldn't see all of Ford, and you couldn't see fireworks FI. But
see, this is why we love radio. It's so simple. It's simple, direct, forceful, not like this scary TV world.
You're better, Annie.
That's good.
It's better.
Did you turn off and start again, or what'd you do?
No, my internet is not working, so I'm on a different system. I just went to a backup
boy.
system.
Oh yeah. Do you have a? Oh, I never turned this one on. I have a backup system called Wi-Fi. It's on always, so that if there's a problem, it supposedly automatically goes on. I have no idea if it really does.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's a very cool thing.
Hmm.
It's $80 a month though, and if
Oh
and
dear.
after a while, well, it's a lot less than when I used to do the ISDN.
Right. Yeah.
Use that was really crazy. But anyway,
But it was dependable.
Oh yeah, it was dependable. It was excellent quality,
Right.
and it was very expensive monthly.
That worked.
It started out at like $65 a month, and then AT&T decided they didn't really want to do that service anymore, so it became over $1,000 a month.
Wow,
Really
isn't that amazing?
Crazy, yeah.
So now
whatever
what hat-
happened?
What hat do you have on?
I think it's and it happened because
Grand
I grabbed this
Hotel?
shirt,
Grand Hotel. Are you going to Grand Hotel?
I have Grand Hotel on the shirt. I was thinking, Annie, this could be the first time in 30 years, maybe, that I don't go to Grand Hotel. We had the family vacation planned, and then, like
Right,
so many other people, we had to cancel that. So I don't know. I am going to Grand Traverse Resort this weekend because I mentioned we're following Jamie to the Michigan Open. And this will be the first time I've been to Grand Traverse Resort ever that I haven't been working.
That'll be kind of fun.
You're
That
hearing
changes
the Paul
everything when you
W.
don't have
Smith
to get up
Show.
at 4
News
o'clock
Talk
in the morning when you're
760
at a resort.
WJR.
Thursday morning, August 27th at 5:49. The gang is all here and concerned about family and friends and just fellow Americans going through what they're going through around the hurricane. There's verbiage that was used that I have never heard before. Anybody know what I'm talking about regarding the hurricane?
I do.
Go ahead, Annie.
I can't remember the exact verbiage. I just know that it was kind of like life-threatening, non-survivable, or something like that.
Unsustainable, or it was unsurvivable.
Unsurvivable.
Terrible. Unsurvivable.
Bad.
Yeah. What was the surge? Unsurvivable storm surge. I have never heard them use that term.
No.
They're either it's bigger and worse than ever, or they're trying everything they can to try to get people to leave by giving it a different name. This isn't just bad, folks. It's unsurvivable. You would think that would get people's attention, but they get the cameras and microphones down. They say, "Yeah, I've been living here for 42 years. Ain't got the best of me yet."
Wow. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine
in a
either. But, in
hurricane.
the middle of a pandemic, now you have
what
to go and evacuate.
Wildfires, hurricanes.
Alfred Hitchcock is going to step around the corner at any moment.
Mother Nature is undefeated.
You heard what they told the people to do if they're staying, if they're not evacuating.
Did they
Put
give them the
information
old right
their
there
personal-
on their arm? Yeah.
Their personal information on their arm.
Seriously?
I didn't hear that this time, but we've heard that in the past. Put your social
Put your
security
name,
number and your name
social
and
security.
whatever on there so we can identify you when you're dead.
Identify the body, right?
When you're a
my
floater,
gosh.
we want to be able to identify you quickly. I mean, if that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. I don't know.
But in the
How
meantime,
many do
Paul
they have to
W.,
evacuate?
the news
What's that?
media has sent reporters. They're at the scene of the landfall, so you will see those reporters
Oh, the good
holding on
stuff.
to buildings
Yeah.
and telegraph.
Tying themselves to trees. Yes, we always look
Yes,
forward to
I
that.
already have seen it. I've already seen it.
And then one of them will one day die, and we'll all go, "I can't believe that happened." Well, it's why they tell everyone not to be there, and that would include the reporters as well. Laura, to bring unsurvivable surges as far as high as 20 feet high. And one of the networks did a very effective thing yesterday, showing a house and what various levels of water damage will do. And you start having real problems at 3 feet. So multiply that by almost 7 times.
You have problems with 3 inches of water in your house.
Well, that's
Take it
in your
from
house.
me.
Yeah,
Good point.
absolutely.
Take it
How
from
many
me.
people are affected? How many people have to be evacuated? What are we talking about in terms of numbers? Do we
I
know,
think it's a
Dick?
couple million. I think
Oh,
it's a
wow.
couple million. Yeah. Now,
talking
I've
about-
been told the reports that I've seen is that the area where the hurricane came onto land is sparsely populated. Like for the first 10 miles of the coast, this is a semi-rural and rural area. So that part is good.
But this part makes it a problem. You say 10 miles in, sparsely populated. They're saying here 20-foot high surges as far as, are you ready? Are you sitting down? As far as 40 miles inland.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
So these are people who've never even seen any kind of a surge, let alone a 20-foot surge going 40 miles inland.
Right.
Just bad.
Remember all the pictures we've seen about tsunamis coming in? Magnify that by a number of times.
Astonishing. What's on your hat, Dick? On Hat Thursday. Is that what we call it?
Ooh,
The
Michigan.
Michigan State Fair.
Oh,
This is
wow.
the old. This is from the old Michigan State Fair, the original one that was put on by the state of Michigan.
Nice.
Boy, that is an old one. Dana, what's your hat?
And right
oh,
now, the state fair would be going on. It would be
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of people every day at the fairgrounds.
yeah.
Now the latest that we had at the fairgrounds were people sticking their noses out and having having their tests. What's yours say, Dana?
Mine says Maui
That's
from
not a
Hawaii.
bad thing.
Yes.
That's not a
Hi,
bad
Emily.
That's not
Emily
a bad
checks
place.
in from Maui with the little sun sign because I'm obsessed. I'm a sun sign, so
you?
anything that has a sun on it, I love it.
So does Emily Gale get up? Well, of course, their time is so different.
she's
So
6
she,
hours.
Days away.
does she watch on the internet
But
as well as
but-
listen in? Yeah.
Before she goes to bed.
Ah,
Okay.
all right.
Mhm.
And Annie, what's yours say?
Go
Spartans-
green,
Spartans
Go
again.
go white.
Spartones. All right. Well, we've got a lot going on. We've got the we will talk about what happened overnight with the weather and continue to follow that. Unfortunately, close to home, more people shot, some killed in our own neck of the woods, as well as the ridiculousness in Kenosha. The indication is that even though some people are doing all this sort of stuff to try to unseat the president, there's been some indication that the longer this goes on, the worse it is. That your average American will say, we really need a president who understands this is unacceptable and we need to stop this, not one that ignores it or thinks that this is being done for any good reason. There is no good reason, period, to shoot up the place, to burn the place, to loot the place, wherever the place is, and it's more and more places, unfortunately.
How were things there last night? Was it quieter or still rough?
Well, now they say
In
some
Kenosha,
militias showed
there
up.
were, the militia has been there apparently all the time because the 17-year-old who shot and killed 2 people considered himself part of a militia. He's in custody. The reports out of Kenosha say that the demonstrations, the protests were big, they were loud, but they were not violent. It was not rioting.
Really? In Kenosha?
Last night and overnight.
And what was the shooting about?
He's a vigilante.
The shooting, I'm talking about the shooting that took place early Wednesday morning at the rioting by a 17-year-old.
You said there wasn't rioting, though. That's why I'm trying to follow.
But that was the night before.
Overnight. I'm
so
talking about
last
Wednesday night, Thursday morning. The latest demonstrations were not riots.
Okay. After the shooting.
The shooting was the night before.
Okay.
The latest demonstrations overnight and early this morning were not rioting.
So the shooting actually took place before all of that,
Yes,
2
24
nights
hours
ago.
before. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
When there was rioting.
Yes.
Yes.
Because they showed video at 1 o'clock this morning on CNN of the guy who actually they think did the shooting, being hailed by the police. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, thanks for your help. I mean, here, need some water. It was a bit disconcerting and confusing last night. I assume that was last night, but maybe it was the night
That was
before, and CNN liked running the
Tuesday
video
night,
a day late.
Wednesday morning.
Okay, so it wasn't even last night when they were showing this stuff. They
That
just
was
were showing
old
it.
tape that you
Don
were-
Lemon.
Yes.
Don Lemon. Yeah, well, they wanted to make people look bad, I guess. But Don Lemon actually swore on the air. They were telling him he had to go to a break. Like I'm being told.
They
right
swear
now,
on
go to
the
a break.
air virtually every night at CNN. I've seen CNN and Chris
The
Cuomo
reporters?
use.
Mhm.
You,
Chris Cuomo,
I've seen
yep.
Chris Cuomo use some of the 7 words from George Carlin
Right.
on the air
I
at
didn't think you
CNN.
could. I didn't think you could do that.
Obscenity from Chris Cuomo on the air. I'm calling him out by name because I have seen it.
I have too.
And you are there. I saw Don
Unbelievable.
Lemon. Don
It's
Lemon did it
unbelievable.
last night, and he didn't say BS. He said the whole thing, and I thought you're still not supposed to be doing that sort of thing. The FCC is still supposed to have some kind of rules and regulations that even cover cable.
It
All right,
appears
we
that
got to go.
CNN encourages it.
Yeah,
Mm.
5:50. 5:59 at WJR.
This report is brought to you by Positive
Embarrassing.
Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sport? Positive
Get off
Coaching
my
Alliance
lawn.
can help.
Yeah, right,
PCA, a
you
national
you
nonprofit, offers
kids.
more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
All right, let's catch up with our WJR traffic and weather first. And Dana Clark.
A closure along Telegraph and McNichols. Please avoid that area. Police are investigating that situation. Shots reportedly fired at police. Also looking at Lodge Southbound between 8 Mile and Myers. That's going to start tomorrow, 9 p.m. All lanes scheduled to close until 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They'd love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. Expecting a hot one today. Could see a pop-up shower this afternoon. Sunny skies, though, and some clouds. 91 the high tonight. Scattered thunderstorms this evening. Low 71 for Friday to kick off the weekend. Could see scattered showers and thunderstorms once again. Partly cloudy skies, a high of 81. Clear skies, 76 degrees. I'm Dana Clark. WJR News with Dick Hafner is next.
I notice on the internet. Hi, sweetheart. She's up. That. Oh, now see it around Dana. It was. I could see. Oh, I was seeing the cityscape around.
Oh.
And it's blue without
Covered
any distractions. And on mine, I don't know what I'm seeing, like shelves that aren't there. So I don't know what that is on the side. Kind of bizarre. Just wondering if I do that. Oh, look, and you see Kim.
No.
I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's because it's kind of clean behind me here. Anyway, so
Patrick says, way to get Dick fired up.
Oh my God, he was at any one moment. I thought he was going to tell us all to get off his yard, and we were done. I heard it with my own ears, and I'm
Right.
calling Chris Cuomo out.
I know.
I
Fighting words.
want to know. I want to know how many people have already called Chris Cuomo and said, "Uh-oh, you're on Dick Hafner's bad side,
Right,
pal.
right. Watch
You
out.
you done poked the wrong bear." So last night it was also Don Lemon, who is almost sometimes comical to watch. But
What did you think of the
Anyway.
convention, Dubster? What did you think of the convention last night?
I don't know. I thought it was again well done. I'm really kind of amazed at how well they seem to be presenting the show. I thought it was. I really think it could convince some people that maybe Donald Trump, those who don't like him or didn't think that he was a presidential material, he certainly has people around him that are doing a pretty good job of expressing why they think he should be around for 4 more years. And when I watch what's not happening in these mostly Democrat-controlled cities, which is, I mean, why do you not see things being stopped? Why do you not see the police stepping up and stopping all these activities? It is a determination. It is a well thought out plan by Democrats. And the only thing I can figure that they would allow their cities to be sacrificed is they're doing everything they can to try to make it look like the country is out of control under Donald Trump. I can tell you that for law-abiding citizens, generally speaking, the country isn't out of control. And we do have some issues with some very bad police work, which is in many cases bad training, frankly, and not necessarily always racist. It's just, it's unfortunate. And I feel bad for all good cops. And I don't know. It's just, we're at a bad situation right now in our country that's got to be fixed, got to be changed. And There's an
awful lot of people who seem to be very angry.
Well, that's going to come with the COVID-19 lockup. I mean, there are a lot of people who are angry without even knowing they're angry. They are frustrated. They have been locked up. I mean, look at what we've all gone through. We've all kind of handled it pretty well. We still do our jobs. Some people aren't able to. It's just a lot different than it should be.
I also think, though, that, and Dana, you could chime in on this. I think there are a lot of people out there who feel very disenfranchised at the moment and not really included or part of this country. I mean, we are seeing a tremendous amount of anger, and it isn't just in the streets. I mean, look at what's happening with the sports teams and how they're following suit.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, Annie, we're like Paul W. mentioned, we have COVID fatigue, right? And we're tired of unarmed Black people being shot at fatigue. So combine that with the COVID. And what we found out for the last few nights at the convention, that Black people, immigrants, and women really do like Donald Trump. So,
well, I mean, they're not making really it up. These are regular people, and I like. A lot of them are not regular people. A lot of them are. Herschel Walker is not a regular person. So you can't. Well, what I'm saying is they're not politicians. They're not.
Some of them are. Some of them aren't.
Yeah. Well, you and I are always going to disagree about.
Yes,
this,
we are.
You do have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, and I can't blame you because I've never been Black and I've never gone through the things.
But it's
I
not
know
a
you've
chip.
gone through.
It's not a chip. It's reality. So I don't know why you would say it's a chip.
Well, you're angry about
I'm very angry.
Nothing that could
Everybody
be said.
should be angry.
There's
Everybody should
and
be
here's
angry.
the point, Dana. Everybody is angry about those
More
bad
than
things that
others.
happen.
More than others.
It's not an excuse to burn down a building or
But
take a new television home.
No, it's not. And
Sorry.
looting is not a part of protesting, just like
well,
murder
it
is not
has
a part of
been.
arrest.
It
Murder
has
is not a
been.
part of arrest, just
No,
like
it shouldn't
looting
be.
is not
No,
a part of protesting.
Very few people who stand and say, whatever you say, officer, I'll do whatever you want. Very few of those people have ever been shot.
George Floyd said that. George Floyd did not resist.
You know, George Floyd is one example of the worst kind of police officer in the world. That police officer, that moronic police officer, does not represent police.
And
you can't
all
throw
Black people
all the
are not
police.
bad, and all cops are not bad, and all Black people are not threatening.
bad. They're not bad. You're absolutely right.
So yes, I am angry, and enough
You
is
are
enough.
angry, and a lot
Enough
of people are
is
angry.
enough.
There are a lot of white people who are angry too.
Yes, there
when they
are.
watch bad things like the George Floyd thing, and the thing that we watched the other night in Wisconsin. I mean, it's ridiculous. I got to say this though: this guy's family has been fabulous.
Mhm.
They had him on CNN, and they really wanted him to be all in on the looting and the rioting and all the stuff that's happening in Wisconsin. And they couldn't have been better at saying, we don't want a bunch of destroying of our cities. We want justice. And that's what every American
W.
wants.
Smith Show,
Justice.
News Talk 760, WJR.
Thursday morning, August 27th, the 240th day of 2020. There are 126 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. We're arguing in between our stints on the regular air, but arguing on our social media. We're becoming just like social media, which is a sad, sad story. What social media has become with the kinds of things that happen, and the people can't really have conversations without then devolving into bad arguments about everything. My contention is that there's not an American alive of any worth or value that would think anything that happened with George Floyd was right. It wasn't. It was wrong. It does not lead most Americans to deciding that it's time to tear down buildings and destroy things. And I know myself personally, I am not black, so I can't even imagine what it's like to go into a grocery store or a bodega. I saw this when I worked and lived in New York, and I've talked about this before. And when I'd walk into a bodega, they'd say hi, and I'd walk around to shop. And when a black person would walk in, they'd follow the black person around. That's just one little microcosm of giving me the realization that just totally based on the color of my skin, I was treated differently than somebody who did not have the color of my skin. So, I mean, I didn't live it. I don't live it. I see it. I'm aware of it. It's still, I'm still hard pressed to see how burning a building down, sealing doors on a police station, sealing them with cement, quick drying cement, and then trying to set the police station on fire with all the police inside. How anyone can think that you can understand their frustration and why they're doing this. Sorry, it's not acceptable. I don't accept it. That's just the way it is.
But
and
when we get down to it, that's a building.
America, I think, no, there are people in the building, Dana, and you seal the doors so those people can't get out. What are you trying to do? You're trying to kill the people in the building. Sorry, it's unacceptable. And I do believe that the Democrats and all these people who are allowing this to happen are doing themselves more harm than good, and they will get Donald Trump reelected.
But here's a question for the group. Here's a serious question about this. Obviously, everything that both of you are saying is accurate and very interesting. But shouldn't the parties be really addressing and targeting this and trying to figure out how to solve some of these underlying issues? There's no conversation about that. It's just about, about stopping it or getting rid of it or ending it. And
at least they talked about it on the Republican convention. They did not with the Democrats.
But both parties have talked about it. But
not at the convention, not at the biggest platform that they have.
But my point is, both parties are talking about it, whether it's at the convention or not. The issue is you can't just talk about it. We have to figure out what to do to solve this situation. People feel, for whatever reason, disenfranchised. And I agree, Paul. Nobody thinks that the violence and the looting is acceptable. It's not. It's just not. So the question becomes, what's the fix? How can we solve the problem? We all want to solve the problem.
Some do.
Is there a top-down solution to this?
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know.
I don't know that there is. If the problem is in the heart and mind of each individual, how do you get into the heart and mind of each individual? That would seem to suggest that it's a bottom-up effort, not a top-down solution where we appoint another commission.
That's a good thought. Very good thought.
I guess that's what makes this such a hard problem to solve.
Yeah.
First, have to totally realize there are several problems that
Right.
need to be dealt with in this country, and one of them is the politicization of a pandemic for political gains. And I think we're finding that was a pretty stupid move on all sides, because it is a virus, it is an illness, it isn't a wonderful political opportunity, and should never have been looked at that way, as it has been going way back to the beginning. And the Democrats were in a hurry to blame the Republicans, and therefore the Republicans were in a hurry to say, well, this is nothing really that bad, though. So they both acted like idiots, Democrats and Republicans, and it led to where we are today, at least with the pandemic, which then you lock people up, as we have, and people start to react poorly. Oh, Dick, I'm looking at a monitor, and there's my first guy this year standing outside being blown over by the hurricane. And it must be Hat Day on that network, because he's holding on to his hat like this, and he's wearing a black rain suit going.
They could just use that tape from another hurricane.
Right.
Save
For all we
lives.
know, they are using that tape from another. That guy hasn't worked at the television station in 15 years.
Oh, Dick, you're writing your information. That's wrong, Dick.
Oh, yeah.
I hope
Don't
that's
do
what the
that.
reporter has done.
That-
WJR.
Oh, boy. And your social security number.
873-9836.
All right.
Oh, don't give it out.
Oh, you just gave out your social security. Oh, is that your phone number?
That's the phone number.
All right.
That's the newsroom phone number.
That's the newsroom.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
Nobody's there.
614 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Fresh Time Farmers Market.
It's no surprise that healthy living begins with what we eat. Stop by Fresh Time Farmers Market for organic avocados, just 99 cents each, now through September 1st. You can trust Fresh Time to bring you real food at real affordable prices.
Let's check it at 614, our WJR traffic and weather first, and Miss Dana Clark.
Still watching that closure, Paul W. along Telegraph and McNichols. Close there as police investigate a fluid situation in the area, so please avoid that. Looking at the Blue Water Bridge westbound between Canada and the U.S., looking at a 30-minute delay for trucks. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Gordon Chevrolet, where you not only pick your payment, but now pick your program. Need to pull ahead your lease? Do you need GM employee pricing or a low payment with zero interest? Let Gordon Chevrolet help you find it on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads.
Trying to get away from this heat. Don't look like we're going to have much luck today. Cooler by tomorrow. Some clouds continue to come in today. Otherwise, sunshine. An isolated shower thunderstorm, 92. Tonight, a better chance of showers and thunderstorms later, 71. Tomorrow, cool off to the low 80s with a few showers and thunderstorms possible. From a Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on News Talk 760 WJR.
I'm Joe Gannon. Do you know the best washer and dryer made today? What comes from China or Korea? And what was manufactured in the good old USA? You're going to find out when I return this weekend.
Giving tips and advice on home appliances and helping consumers